Hello and happy New Year Eve. Like I said in my other video, you're probably, if you're ahead of us, Happy New Year. If you're behind us in the West Coast, we'll see you in 2023 real soon. So as you already know, I had to make this video about TCU. Um, Before I get into the video, um, I'll be one to say I was wrong about them. Now, I didn't say they couldn't win, but I did say that when they lost that Big 12 championship, they should not have made it. And I still believe that to this day. They should not have made it. They should not have made it. It should have been Alabama and whoever, yeah, Ohio State, Alabama. That's what I said. Um, so they both should have been in, but they won the game. Congrats to them. Now everyone's making this bigger than it seems to be. They act like the team wasn't good enough to compete. Um, you know what I mean? They're like Michigan was some kind of huge juggernaut or something like that. Let's be real. That's pump the brakes. Okay, they had a great season, 13-0 before this game, but let's not act like they were like Georgia this year, who was actually down. By the way, 28-24 at halftime. So still got another half to go to see who's going to be playing TCU. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. TCU shocks Michigan. It's not a shock, really. Becomes first Big 12 team to make college football playoff title game. Okay, so he made some history. And the biggest upset since the advent of the college football playoff, I guess Vegas upset. I guess it's not really a football upset. Third seeded TCU rode its underdog status to a 51-45 win over undefeated and number two Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl on Saturday. Yeah, I was watching the game. There was very there was very little defense. Um, if anything, TCU made all of the big defensive plays in this game. Let's be real. Um, Early in the game and then late at the end of the game. The win continued TCU's storybook season and made the Frogs the first Big 12 team to reach the title game in the college football playoff era. Highlighted by a 44-point third quarter between the two teams, the semifinal matchup was a back and forth affair that saw TCU nearly lose an 8 point, nearly losing early 18-point lead. A Paris pick six, 2 fumble, the 76-yard touchdown pass. Good lord, eight scores in just about 8 minutes of record-setting 59-yard field goal and the highest combined score in Fiesta Bowl history. That is a lot. Yeesh. The signs of an explosive game were there early. Starting in place of injured star running back Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards ripped off a 54-yard run on the first play of the game as the Wolverines walked away with 0 points after a fourth down try near the red zone was stopped. On the next Michigan offensive drive, quarterback J.J. McCarthy, um, I don't think he was ready for this. McCarthy, you could see it as the game was going on. They kept bringing that pressure. He did not know what to do with that football. And then he had the pick sixes through a telegraph pass to the outside that was picked off by sophomore safety Bud Clark and returned it for a touchdown. It was the Frogs' third pick six of the season and put them up 7-0. The Frogs' defense was the star of the first half as Michigan entered the TCU red zone 3 times and came away with only 9 points by way of 3 field goals, thanks to two huge stops and the fumble at the 1 yard line by Edwards. TCU's offense, however, used their advantage of air raid's pace and speed to get out in front. A 12-play, 76-yard drive culminated with quarterback Max Duggan rushing into the end zone from the 1 yard line to put the Frogs up 14. Now that was shocking. When I got the notification about the pick six, and I got another notification it was up 14-0. I missed the first quarter. Um, Oh yeah, I pretty much missed like the first quarter and a half. I was doing stuff, getting ready, um, for tomorrow. Um, Under coach Jim Harbaugh, Michigan had allowed more than 14 points in the first quarter and gone on to win just once in 2016 against Colorado. While Michigan struggled to capitalize on the other, oh, that's splitting sentence. Excuse me. While Michigan struggled to capitalize, on the other side of the ball, Duggan, the Heisman runner-up, was pulling out all the stops. Duggan wasn't particularly accurate through the air in the first half. With his legs, he danced his way to first down and kept pushing TCU downfield as the Wolverines struggled to mitigate his mobility. No play was more indicative of that problem than when Duggan rolled out of the pocket with 4:56 left in the second quarter and avoided the Michigan blitz to find Tay Barber for 6 yards and 6 more points. The touchdown culminated a 10-play, 83-yard drive that gave the Frogs a commanding 21-6 halftime lead and put the Wolverines in their biggest deficit of the season. Both teams came out of the tunnels after halftime like they were shot out of a cannon, which is funny because I can hear those fireworks going off in the background. Combining for a 44-point third quarter that featured a flea flicker touchdown from McCarthy, the second pick six of the game from the Michigan quarterback, another pick from Duggan, and 3 touchdown drives under 3 minutes. McCarthy and Michigan, who had 2 of those drives, were not going away. But just as the Wolverines were attempting to call back, TCU kept responding. This time it was running back Imari Demercado, who broke loose for a 69-yard run. Nice. That Duggan finished off with another 1-yard touchdown sneak. The Frogs finished with 41 points through 3 quarters. All season, the most points Michigan had given up in an entire game was 27. And going back to last season, the most the Wolverines had surrendered in a game was 37. After Michigan cut the TCU lead to 3 points early in the fourth quarter, Duggan, as he had done all season, responded by making the throw of the game. While facing a blitzing defender in his face and a long third down, Duggan found a crossing Quentin Johnston in strides. Johnston sped his way to the sideline and took his 76-yard to the end zone to put the Frogs back up 10. A field goal extended that lead to 13 early in the fourth quarter. Another methodical Michigan touchdown drive by McCarthy cut the lead once again, this time to 6 points with 3:18 left, setting the stage for TCU and Duggan. The Frogs needed 2 first downs to finish the game with the ball in their hands. They could only get 1, and the Wolverines had 52 seconds to go, 75 to make a miracle. On 4th and 10 with 35 seconds left at its own 25, Michigan fumbled the ball and recovered, but the ball did not make it past the first down marker. As TCU assistant coach in the upstairs box yelled and screamed, "We're going to the Natty." All Duggan had to do was take a knee. The upset of the season of the era was complete. Okay. Upset of the season? No. I think if anything, that was LSU. And then of the era, the upset of the era, come on, man. The upset, if anything, upset of the era was probably like, if you go back the last 20 years, probably the Boise State Oklahoma game, the Utah Alabama game, and there you got the Appalachian State Michigan game. There's a lot of them games. I think Appalachian State had an upset this year against I forgot who they had against Texas A&M, which I guess when you look back at it now, that was, I mean, they were a much better team. Texas A&M was a mess this year. But yeah, this is going a little overboard. You know what I mean? I think they just played better. They played better defense. TCU has always been known for defense. So I'm not surprised they won the game. Just how dominant they were in winning the game. That's what should be surprising most people. I wouldn't expect them to play that well defensively, and then put up what was the score again? 50. What they put? 51 points. 51 points. Jesus Christ! They put up half 100. Now, to be fair, the defense made plays, but they didn't play particularly well. There's a big difference. They played well enough to win, but they didn't play particularly well defensively.
Does.
But yeah, man, that game was incredible, dude, to watch. But yeah, there was no defense. Now the defense obviously picked up at the end because the game was on the line. But man, it was a fun game to watch. I'm happy for TCU. And I'm very glad they actually won because they had they put the helmet stickers on the back of the helmets, and I'm glad they won that game. And they got to honor Coach Leach, and they came up with the W as well. I don't think it would be as sweet if they had lost, with the tribute and everything. So yeah, so right now I think it's still in halftime. Let's see. Ooh, I don't want to keep this up there too long. Come on, show me the score. Show me the score. I think. Okay, so they're about to kick off. So they're about the OSU. Who was it? Yeah, so Ohio State's about to kick off to Georgia to start the second half. Ohio State is up 28-24. So we got one more half. I'm about to go back and I'm gonna upload this video, and then I'm gonna go back and watch that and finish that off. So yeah, that's all. TCU will be playing in the national championship. They're gunning for their first title since what I think like the 30s or 40s. I think it's been a while since they won a championship. So yeah, that's the news for right now. I will be back once the other game is over, and I'll give you my reaction to that. Okay, later.